Hello FlowsTube, my name is Tamara and I'm very glad to see you on my channel. I hope you'll enjoy watching my video. And in today's video I wanted to show you the designs I have stitched, I have finished, the designs the projects which I have started, the projects which I have continued. So generally speaking, I'm going to tell you what is happening in my cross-stitch life. And I am going to start with such a wonderful, beautiful design by Jim Shore by Mill Hill. This is Clarissa Cow, because now I am intensively, I can say probably intensively, I am stitching the three animals, farm animals. They are farm? Yes, they are farm. Farm animals by Jim Shore, like Mill Hill and Jim Shore. And I already have finished and framed Sophie, the sheep. So I had the three kits and I purchased the Mill Hill frame which they recommended, which they showed on the preview and they recommend. And the only thing I changed is that I changed the paper on fabric. So I used the Jobelin for the three of them. Okay, so I showed already Sophie in the previous video. Today the star of this video is going to be Clarissa, because Clarissa is ready. So what do I have? So this is the preview. This is how Clarissa should look like. I changed the paper. So I tried mostly possible to change the paper into a fabric which has not exactly, because exactly is very difficult to find the fabric which has exactly the color of the perforated paper, but I tried to make it maximally okay, so that the floss, the threads, the color of the threads, they would look okay. So in this case, this is the Jobelin I used instead of this perforated paper. And in my kit, when I purchased it, I noticed that the button, the Jim Shore button, wasn't the one which is on the preview. You see on the preview it's a square button with the red flower in the middle for leaves, and the one I got, it was this one. And inside the kit I also had this piece of yellow paper which says that actually this kit is a, I don't know if I can call it a reprint, but it was like lately printed, and it already contains the button, not the ceramic button by Mill Hill, but it contains the button by Just Another Button. Okay, I understand all of this. The thing is that the button is totally different. You see, it's round. That one is square and this one is round, and it was kind of has a tulip and things like this. Not bad. The colors which are here, they coincide the colors which are here, so not bad. But I don't know why I still wanted I wanted a square button, and in my stash, because I purchased, I had a square button which I used, and this is how Clarissa looks like. Yes, I finished it because these kits, they are an easy stitch. They don't have so many stitches, they don't have a lot of back stitch. It's not a mess up, it's not a confetti, so it's logically to stitch it, and the beads as well. So it's a super very easy stitch, and that's why, like 4 days of hard work, it's enough to stitch such a design. If you don't have the how they say, the time, it will take more days. But in my case, for example, Sophie, I stitched in 4 days. This one it took longer because I didn't have the time to spend on stitching. But if I had time, I'm sure that I would have spent also 4 days for this as well. So the button, this is the button I used, you see. So I tried maximally to use the same color as in the original button. It's just how to say, the pattern is different. I even honestly I like this pattern more because I'm not a fan of this button. This one is kind of more simple, childish, I don't know, but this one is more elevated. So I changed it and I I like it. I'm happy with it. And you know, I stitching already the second one. I just realized how unfair I was to these designs, because I always was concentrated on Sophie, because she was like my favorite all the time, and I said, okay, when I'm going to buy one of these farm animals, it's going to be Sophie, and that's it. But when I like finally decided to have the three of them, and when started something else besides Sophie, that's why Sophie was stitched the first, by the way, because she was my favorite. And when I started stitching Clarissa, I was like, wow, it's a very pleasant, how do I say, process of stitching, you know, like the colors, the stitches, the combinations. I don't know, I enjoyed it greatly. I enjoyed it. So yes, I said that I was unfair to these designs. And also, like when stitching this one, Clarissa was like somewhere in my eyesight, and I was like how do I say, amazed of how much they tried to keep the parts of the original one. You see, even the bell at her neck, it's here. The red thing which keeps the bell, also it's beads, but it's here. And everything. The only thing that they use, her eye is brown, but here is black. Clarissa's eyes are black. Nice. Really, really nice. You know, my husband, when he saw these figurines, he said, what are these? I said, figurines. But it's a cow, it's a sheep, it's a pig. You used to collect dolls, things like this. And I said, yes, but look, this is something different. And when he already saw Sophie like stitched and framed, and he said, wow, look, it looks like the figurine. I said, you see why I had them. And then when I finished Clarissa, I already showed him Clarissa, and he said, wow, impressive, really impressive. So he said, I know it's farm animals, it's not what you usually do, but nevertheless, it's beautiful and it's nice. It's really, really nice. So yes, Clarissa is ready, and the next project to be started is going to be the last animal from this series, and it's going to be Percy the pig. And the next and the last project of this series is going to be Percy the pig. Here is the preview. Here is how Percy looks like. Pretty nice one. And in this case, the perforated paper looks this, I would say, an active green color. In my case, I have this Jobeline. It's more like sage, I would say. But nevertheless, I'm okay. I even like better this calm green than this like active green. The threads, they are okay, because the best way to see if the threads are okay, you just put all the threads you have on the fabric, and it's okay. I like, so it's going to be this one. I'm not going to change anything. And one more thing about Percy and the kit, by the way. I saw this in like a couple of videos, and I decided to pay attention to this. Apparently, there is a color of beads here. This is Mate Pomegranate. This is 02043. So these beads, they should look like this, because I have them. You see, 02043. This is Mate Pomegranate. The thing is that apparently these beads are out of print, and Mill Hill, I didn't find anywhere saying that they replaced them. Mill Hill used here, I don't know how well you can see. So the orange beads you see here, they are supposed to be the replacement of this one, but they are orange. They are not like reddish. They should be like reddish, brownish, I would say. It's a red-brown kind of thing. But here they are orange. This is matte orange, you see. And when I saw about this issue, I just looked in my stash with the beads. I found them and I said I'm going to replace them. Not a lot I needed, by the way, so I'm going to replace them. So this is a point or a thing which you would like probably to pay attention at, in case you care about these details. I am kind of, sometimes I'm scarily crazy about such things. So yes, by the way, I like very much the thing Percy, it's a he, Percy has on his back. This is the most beautiful one because Clarissa and Sophie, they had something with like a pattern here, but he has a whole, how they say, landscape here. Okay, so I'll stitch this one and I'll show it to you. Most probably it's going to be next video because I'm just taking it, stitching it, finishing it, and then showing it to you. And yes, I'm going to finish it in also this red frame. This one I haven't purchased, as this one I had already in my stash. And the next design I wanted to show you is the finished charming house of Lindy Mouse. Yes, I finally finished this design. Started it in autumn, but nevertheless, my deadline was the beginning of summer, but nevertheless I finished this one in spring. So the design, Charming House of Lindy Mouse, was a limited edition, which was sold only in the shop Silver Needle. So it was the 30th anniversary of the shop, if I'm not wrong. So it was 2014, so exactly 10 years ago. Maybe this year we'll have another limited edition of something. Probably this one was printed in not so many numbers, because now it's out of print, of course, and it's rare and it's extremely expensive. So the chart and the embellishment pack on eBay, it's $300 and something, even $400 and something. I saw it. I like the design, but I think it's too big money for this. That's why when I managed to get the chart, I looked into the chart and I decided, why not trying to stitch this one from scratch, as I used to say, with everything I have, and trying to find the embellishment which I can find. Because this one is not such a complicated, design in respect of embellishments and and the fabric as well. Because here, the fabric which is requested, this is the 32nd count flax linen. So everywhere it's flax, you don't need the two colors of fabric. And I just took from my stash, I took the flax linen. The threads which have to be used here are only DMC threads, so no specialty or silk thread is needed. So I just a lot of not a lot of threads, but a lot of color of threads are needed for this design. And one shade of Kreynik is necessary, 032 blending filament, the one which is used in the windows as making the effect of glass on the windows. Also, it was needed a piece of felt. You'll see it later when I'm going to open the roof, and ribbon. In my case, I chose also pink ribbon as they used in the original bead pack, but it's not the same pattern. The width of the ribbon is 0.5 centimeters or 5 millimeters. I thought that this is important because the Elvira's house also here the ribbon is 5 millimeters. And from the charms, so the embellishments, let's continue. The beads which I needed here, you need just one bead which is like the robin bead color one, and here I have crystal petite, beads. They are not a lot, they come like 7, I think, yes, 7 beads each side. 28 beads you need here, and that's it with the beads. Also, let's just speak about the charms. So you need a bell charm. This one has to be gold. I found it in antique gold, but it's exactly the same bell I need. I mean, like the size, the model, everything, you see. So this one. And the Lindy mouse needs a key. The key is Tierra cast key, so it's like the original one. This one is stitched on white Belfast linen. And the tail, you can take, how is it called, ornament, which is you use to hang the Christmas decorations. And here I used one of the, how do I say, these ones from the original Just 9 Designs. As for that one, I'm going to replace it like with felt, wool felt. That's why I took it like the original one. So the mouse, Lindy mouse, she was stitched and finished even before Christmas. And I said that little by little I'm going to stitch this one. This spring I kind of had the inspiration to stitch the spring part and stitch the summer part, and the cube parts, they were stitched. So the only remaining thing, it was the roof, and I just had time, and in a couple of days I just stitched it and finished it. Because the roof, it's the same pattern, it comes in 3 colors of thread. It's kind of like, you know, like the shades go from dark to lighter one. And when I finished it, I just decided, why not, like, when I finished stitching it, I said, why not, like, finishing it, because this would be the second already house I'm going to finish, and maybe it's going to be better than that one. It's better, but again, not perfect. I'm still not 100% satisfied by what I have done. For example, here, I should have made it better. So this is the color of the felt. The felt, I had it in my stash, so I used something which I had in my stash. I like very much the rug of the attic, as they used to say. They advise to put it like the mouse here and close, like, and leave the mouse in the attic, kind of. But in my case, the tail gets out because the original one has that kind of tail which is from thread, you see. But in my case it gets out. But I wanted this one, as I'm not going to keep the mouse in the attic. I'm going to keep it like next to the house. So, oh, the sun went out, the bright night, nice sun. And in such a way, so the 4 seasons, because the house represents 4 seasons. So I started with autumn, which doesn't have a window, and then continued with winter. By the way, each side has a bird which is stitched with 1/1 stitch, like a the mini stitch. So this is the blackbird. Here's the blackbird. Here is the cardinal, the red cardinal here, and there is a snowman, a mouse snowman. Then it's spring, and there is the robin with the nest and the egg, and the doorbell. So here is the door, the tulips already, and summer with a water can. I think these are hollyhocks or foxgloves. Hollyhocks, mostly hollyhocks, I think, because the foxgloves, they come in one color, but this, they have like different colors. And the bee here there is, and on the bottom it's the year 2024, a little white mouse, and it says, for every stitch there is a season. And this would be all. So this design is finished, which makes me, how do I say, happy, I would say, because I managed to stitch such and finish such a beauty. And that's not everything, as when finishing this one, I decided to stitch the next thing I wanted pretty much from just then. I mean, for I think already the last couple of years, but the last year I wanted it like more and more. So this is going to be Miss Kitty's pin cube, because you know that last year I stitched and this year I finished Miss Kitty's dragonflies, so this design. But the Miss Kitty's pin cube, that one was a design which I didn't like from the very beginning. So I wouldn't say it was love at first sight, but nevertheless love happened between us. And again, when I saw the design being sold, because this one is the chart, the embellishment pack, and there is a pin separately, as far as I remember, you can buy for this one. When I saw the chart and the embellishment pack, I said, oh, I don't need this one. And when I decided that I need it, I already didn't see it being sold. That's why this one is going to be stitched again from scratch, as the embellishment pack is not so complicated and I can like make my own. Okay, first of all, the fabric I'm going to use here, this is the blush pink, I think linen it's called. This is from Zweigart, and this is not what is needed. The one which is needed should be darker, should be ash rose linen. I don't have that one because that one is out of print. Even this one I think is out of print, but I used to have a half yard, which little by little I'm using also for Jasmine design, so I'll have for this one a piece as well. The threads, because the threads are these and they look okay on this linen, that's why I said, so what if the linen is going to be lighter and it's not going to be so dark. So you see that only DMC threads are necessary, even not a lot of shades. So the white, 2 yellows, 3 pinks, 4 purples and 3 greens. Nice, really nice. From the embellishment pack I need 2 colors of petite beads. For the white pearl bead I'm going to use 479, this one. For the pink one, actually the pink petite beads, they are matte, so they are not bright, how they say, like in my case, but I don't have those ones. That's why I'm going to use what I have in my stash. This is 42042. So I'm going to use this one. And not a lot of beads are used, by the way, very little beads are used. That's why I said it's going to be okay using these ones. And I also, for one of the corners of the cube, I need a butterfly, and I have such a butterfly. I tend to think that it looks exactly like the butterfly in the original embellishment. And when you stitch and finish the cube, the cherry on the cake, how it's called, is going to be such a pin. The pin is made by me, so this is not the original pin, of course. Such a cat, how it's called, bead cat, is still being sold in some shops. The only thing, it's not painted at all. The only thing that this one has her eyes painted. The original one has also the inside of the ears painted in pink, and the paws, they are white. I am not sure about that one, but nevertheless I still can paint that one, it's not a problem. And I made a pin of it. So when the cube is going to be ready, the pin is going to go on top of that cube. So this is what it weighs. And that's it with the materials. I'm going to stitch this one, and I'm not sure which stage of this project I'm going to show you next, but of course you'll see. Of course I'll let you know if this one is ready, if it's being stitched, or if it's being already finished. And I wanted to show you one of my free projects, which I showed in a previous video that I started. Just one of them, because you know, after filming the video, I organized all the projects, like I sorted the threads, like I used to organize them in boxes. Each project has its box, but like the fabric, the freight checked the fabric, everything, marked the part of the fabric where I want to start the design. Made just a few cross stitches so that I would know where I am starting the design, but haven't made a lot of cross stitches. I don't like showing a design where are just 2 cross stitches. That's why today I'm going to show just one of them, and I hope in my next videos, step by step, I'm going to present the rest of them, the other 2. Because I hope that I managed to stitch more for those ones. Okay, so what I wanted to show you today, this is Bucilla. This is summer countryside. This beautiful, beautiful summer countryside. So I sorted the threads. I sorted all the threads. Beautiful color of threads, so summery, springy. And I changed the Aida, the 14th count Aida with 28th count linen, and I started. And this is what I have. Almost anything. Almost nothing, sorry. So I marked here the center. The center is somewhere here. I made a bit of stitches, and I went, I reached the house and I started stitching the house. So this is the roof, the window. So now I'm stitching actually the house. The thing is that this design is going to be slow in stitching because the chart is small, and the symbols, they are the kind of symbols which are difficult to, how they say, acknowledge. I don't know how to call them. For example, there are triangles with the pointing down, triangles pointing up, empty triangles, not colored. Then there are triangles colored, pointing up. It's a bit, I don't know. But I'll manage to do it. I'm sure I'm going to manage to do it little by little. I'm going to stitch this one for sure, but it's going to take longer time. Everything is stitched, is cross stitched, 2 threads. So there are blends, but everything is cross stitch. So I decided to keep the same count, not going a lower count, as I don't know. I don't think the design is so big so that I would make it smaller with a 32 count. So that's it so far, not so much. And one more thing I wanted to show you today is the fact that I framed, if you remember last time I showed you that I had such a beautiful frame which is waiting for its design to be finished in. And I had such a postcard from Luca S, which was stitched years ago, and I decided why not finishing it and putting it here until the frame is going to find itself a design. So I finished this one. I just, in the cardboard, I inserted the stitching. Then I sticked the lace, this lace, and then with this lace I made the and the button I made the kind of, I don't know, ballerina thing, and put it here, fix it here. And when I finished, I just looked at it and realized that I don't like it. I don't like one part, so I should have left it with the cardboard and that's it. So this lace, the button, I should not have put it here. So it was enough just the stitching and the cardboard. But the thing was done already. There is glue here, so, and it's a postcard, and of course I'm not going to undo it. So it's a little thing, it's not a tragedy. Of course it's not a tragedy. I just don't like it. I'm not mad, sad about it. Anyway, it's a lesson, and I'm going to be more careful in future when I'm going to finish things, so that I wouldn't hurry using the glue in case I'm not sure. It's okay that I got my lesson on such a small design, and that's it. Yeah, so this design is going to be here in this frame until the frame is going to find itself another design, and this one is going to be taken out and probably just is going to stay like that somewhere. Okay, so that's it. Yes, that's everything I wanted to show you in today's video. I hope you liked the video. I hope it was interesting for you, and see you in my next video. Until then, bye bye.